wow. I've often wondered if you could tell professional wrestlers, if you engage in this match, it'll be an amazing match. That'll shorten your career by 2 years. By the time you're in your late 50s, you might have a hard time walking. Would they still do it? So we'll start from the beginning on this one. Okay. Tag team title match, Street Profits, taking on Undisputed Era. Now this was, again, Undisputed Era's night. I like the fact that they're the heel stable that everyone thinks is awesome because they're really good in the ring. And their characters work. It's like, oh, I'm a mixed martial artist, yeah. And I'm douchey. I also have a good mixed martial arts background, yeah? But I'm kind of like old and grimy. I'm Roderick Strong. I'm an amazing in-ring technician. Also, kind of like that arrogant jock that you knew in high school. I'm Adam Cole, baby. I'm that really cool arrogant guy you're like, I wish you'd be my friend. Who then became your friend for like a weekend? Just to punk you out and be really arrogant? And you're like, man, he's just so cool. Why does he treat me like garbage? Because he can't, 'cause it's so cool. This could have been the night when the Undisputed Era walked away with all the male championships. This is why they don't throw a woman in their group and be like, we're going to get all of it. All of the gold. I found it kind of ironic that we don't have a women's or either of the men's tag belts for the main universe WWE title matches. But then again, we had the Street Profits. And an NXT tag title match is probably going to overshadow anything the main roster will be allowed to do. The athleticism of Montez Ford is... what? How can someone do that stuff? It's incredible. If they let him wrestle, I want to see him in an exhibition match against like Ricochet. And I want to see how very little their feet touch the canvas. If they do a mixed match challenge where they combine all of the universes, I want to see Montez Ford and his wife Bianca Belair as a team. The fact he tried to go for a rock, he hit effectively a rock bottom. Tried to go for a people's elbow. Turned the crowd from about a 60-40 in favor of the Undisputed Era into about a good strong 50-50. Lots of just great moments. This is a fantastic match to watch in its entirety. Street Profits get the victory in a really chaotic ending. Great match. Great match. Montez Ford is another guy who has the ability of the unlimited bank account. Start putting the names on the checks, he's going to cash them, and it's going to be amazing. So we don't have many matches without the Undisputed Era. So now we get to Io Shirai. My daughter absolutely loves her new theme music. Tina Candice LeRae, who my daughter also enjoys theme music. My daughter, of course, being went to the music park, so she's 42 inches tall and blonde. Does occasionally like watching the girls who are about 5 foot tall and blonde. Loved the flow of this match. If you've got a babyface who wants to flat out destroy the heel, it should not begin with like, and collar and elbow. No, it should begin with, and we're in the ring, and I jump you. It's good. It's a babyface. Fire. Makes sense. Loved the back and forth. I liked how now people are like, oh, Io Shirai is this fantastic aerialist. Great mat work, too. Huh. We now have someone who went from being kind of unidimensional, being like, oh, it's amazing flyer. Now it's amazing flyer. Really solid character work as a heel. Great mat-based work. The one thing I wish they would have done in matches like this, when you hit a second rope swinging neckbreaker, that should pretty much be a finish of a match. Unless you hit it, boom. And then there's that like, 1, 2, 3. Then move into the pin. And occasionally it's almost that indie style of like, big move, go for the pin. It should be like, big move. If you're both hurt, sell it for just a little bit. That's like my only major complaint about a lot of these matches is like big move, big move, big move, no sell, go for a pin, kick out. No, just you're on the network, you're NXT, you can do that. Big move counter. Give it a couple seconds, then go for the pin. It sometimes seems like they go, like big move counter, pin. No, give it just a little, a little time. We're going for like a sloppier pin because you're beat. Shirai wins with a beautiful submission chokeout. That was great. It was a match that neither person could afford to lose. Shirai just turned heel. Candice LeRae looking for direction. Really, really solid match. I do almost kind of wish they'd have switched the dance partners for this. I think had Io Shirai and Mia Yim had the match, and then you would have had Candice LeRae making her way against Shayna Baszler, would have been a more interesting night for the women. But I will say that Shirai and Candice LeRae, great match. Again, definitely worth watching. Triple threat match. Pete Dunne, Roderick Strong, and the Mountie. Again, this was like a match of the year style because you get the right people involved. Changing of alliances works well. The beginning of the Roderick Strong be like, hey, pay attention to me. Velveteen Dream put this to me like onto Roddy's face. Shut up. It was brilliant. Everyone looked great. Roderick Strong being like, you know what? Backbreaker on the apron. Backbreaker on the barricade. Huh. The way he's standing, I can backbreaker you onto him as a backbreaker. And backbreaker. I don't think Pete Dunne can have a bad match. I don't. I still love the finger break. Because I love that when he does it, he has a way of snapping his fingers. Because you hear it's almost the exact same sound every single time. So he's got some sort of like just, grab it. And there's just, you tell there's a sleight of hand when he does it. And it's so crisp and it's so painful. Oh. Again, a brilliant match. I love the finish when it's like, Velveteen Dream knocked the outside of the ring. And I hit my finisher, kind of go for a pin. I wish they had a camera angle that showed Dream coming off the top rope, hitting the Purple Rainmaker, knocking Roderick Strong over. Strong rolls off the cover. Dream just land on top of him. 3, Dream retains. Okay. Undisputed Era. 0-2 for the night. Would they be able to still retain one title? Opportunity to get 3, only had 1. Mia Yim, Shayna Baszler. I like the fact this match was entirely different. Mia Yim was like, I'm going to move. Wrench Shayna's ear. She's like, oh, what the? Go for another move. Fish hook Shayna to get out of the move. It took Shayna out of her game, which meant that Shayna now looked kind of sloppy because her mind was thrown out of it. Great from a psychological and thematic standpoint. Difficult for the crowd to get invested in because you're like, all right, I'm supposed to boo Shayna Baszler, right? Yep. Mia Yim just stuck her thumb in Shayna's eye to get out of a move. She just trapped her arm in the steel steps and just kicked it. Good sign of limb damage. Like I said, good psychological match. But the fact that they did this really bizarre way of doing it. And Mia Yim had some good momentum, but the story build for this was bad. I think this is the problem when you do something like Takeover 25 and then this. Normally there's a break where they don't have to try to do 2 events back to back. That might be the impetus for them trying to do a 2-hour NXT to try to get things going to actually make some of these matches make more sense. When Shayna Baszler could not use her arm for the Karafuna, then she had to switch to a leg submission, which beat Mia Yim. And with that, Shayna has torn through the entire women's roster. I'd almost say this is potentially worse than when Asuka was on top, So Asuka was on top. There were times they put her in triple threat matches, and you can tell that they put people in there in Fatal 4-Ways that came really, really close. Like, Asuka was squeaking out victories. But still getting victories. So when she was done, she just looked... You can tell she was like, whoa, that was really close. Shayna Baszler seems like she's getting really close to losing, but then just pulls it out. Like a legitimate magician. Where they go from here, I don't know. You now have two incredibly dominant heel characters in Shirai and Baszler, and you've kind of punked out your entire women's division from a face standpoint. And there's not that many people you can build up through. Like, woohoo! We beat Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne. Okay. Jessamine Duke and Saphir, they're not quite there yet to be your mid-gatekeeper heels for the women's division. And Shirai is top tier. You can tell they have to kind of rebuild the women's division. Tag division, while sparse, has really good performance. Women's division, while it's got a lot of performers in it, needs to just kind of get readjusted. Now we go into the main event. 2 out of 3 falls match. First fall, straight wrestling. I like the limb damage. I'm going to drive Cole's knee into the apron. I'm going to hit a wheelbarrow suplex on Johnny, wrestling on the outside of the apron. Just great, brutal stuff. First fall, Johnny gets kind of frustrated, grabs a chair, starts waffling Cole. Cole wins by DQ. Johnny's like, I don't care. Now it's a street fight. I'm going to bend this chair over your body. Fight to the crowd. Marlon Alex go, we can just commit right here. You can tell that it's sold, it's a street fight. What? That means you can fight all the ring, but the pinfall has to happen inside the ring. Which I know makes it easier for the crowd to know what's going on, because if you're looking at the screen, and then you hear 3 and the crowd starts cheering, you're like, what? Where did they get pinned at? What happened? If a camera's not there, it's hard to really follow the action. It makes sense to do those sort of things. And of course, Gargano gets the second fall. Where do we go from here? Regal's choice. Effectively, we get an asylum match. They lower a steel cage. Well, it's like, Brown's not a steel cage. But it literally goes up high enough that with the way the lights were done, you might not have seen it. Like, it seemed like it was almost above the lighting truss, so you might not have known it was there. So it's just coming down. Wrapped in barbed wire. With a ladder. Kendo sticks. Fire extinguishers. Steel chairs. Random length of chain. A bag. A bizarrely placed metal platform. A bunch of other stuff too. So now we're into the brutal, I'm taking days off of my life, years off of my career match. Then involves spots of 2 people taking kendo sticks and just whacking each other. Until the kendo sticks broke and they're too tired. And then the fire extinguisher into tornado DDT into 2 chairs facing this way, which then had Adam Cole hit his face on the back of one of the chairs. Wow. The Panama Sunrise. Panama Sunrise off of a ladder. Canadian Destroyer. Off of the ropes. I have a feeling these 2 guys are probably sitting in the back somewhere in like a cryo unit, hyperbolic time chamber, parabolic time chamber. They're in the Fortress of Solitude right now with some putting different crystals in to fully rejuvenate these guys. It went over an hour. I was tired watching them. And the crowd, this was like a 70-30 split for Adam Cole. Towards the end, you could tell they were just like, dude, I need to go to the bathroom. Think we're going to see a fall? I have no idea. Well, boot up the network, watch it on your phone when you go to the bathroom. Ends with the two of them on a metal platform in the corner. Johnny wrestling in his Wolverine garb has a side. I like that he had the little claws on his wristbands. Cut section of barbed wire, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill Adam Cole with this. I know other promotions probably done. Okay, Gargano escape with barbed wire in the mouth. Or, have the non-barbed spots, we get the hair over his face, put the barbed wire across his head here, we have the non-barbed part right across the center, with here at the outside, it looks like it's getting ground in his face. Instead, as they're trying Gen Wrestling with Stevie to face with barbed wire, Cole's like, oh God, don't do that, it's gonna really hurt. And then falls the platform through the two tables that were stationed there. But they only hit one, so you can tell they kind of almost overshot. Both down. Cole kind of just coughs, throws his arm on top of Gargano. 3. Cole. Massive welts and blood on his body, just kind of laying there. Johnny. Laying there. Undisputed Era coming up. Crowd's like, I don't think we're going to see any of them do anything tomorrow or Monday. I hope they get a couple of days off to just, soak in ice and Epsom salts. And maybe Vince has got some, Mount Everest glacier, some Mount Everest, snow, become water that they can drink to rejuvenate. This was amazing. And I love how it's 5 matches. None of them feel like they didn't make any sense from a storyline standpoint. Except the Baszler Jim match just felt weird because of the way that it was booked, but it made sense as part of the story and psychologically it worked. Just it felt kind of clunky. But I'm glad we had one tag match. Now with SummerSlam, just got 18 more hours wrestling to go for the weekend.